Aha! Are we in? I think we are. Barada, good morning. How are we? It is Sarah Tagg from the Tagg Living Room yet again. This is, I'm ducking and diving so you can see me. In fact, why don't I just put up the screen? So this is the last Thursday session for a few weeks. There's going to be live sessions. That's the dog. Live sessions on a Friday morning for the next 3 weeks. Not tomorrow, but after this, because I'm going to be on holiday for a few weeks. Holiday from what, you might add, and you may be right. Anyway, I hope you're feeling tip-top. We've got a gorgeous day out there today. So we're going to incorporate a little bit of strength work as well as cardiovascular work. We don't want to overheat, and it's all very functional. So without much further ado, I'll dip you back down again. Make sure you can see me. Equipment you're going to need for the session. You might, again, like your lightweights, your tins or your bottles of water. As long as it's something you can grip comfortably, doesn't matter what. And I am going to be using the trusty dining chair. So if you have got one, you think, oh, she never really uses it. I've got a little sort of variation on a squat. If you haven't got one that's safe, don't worry, because like everything, you don't have to use anything. The whole point of these workouts for the home is that you can do them without any fancy equipment. So, should we get started? Yes. Stop talking, Taggy. All right then. So, let's stand, feet hip width apart. If we're deciding to do it seated in that front half of the chair, and we're just going to start by rolling the shoulders. Okay, so we're going to roll these shoulders up to the ears, relax the shoulders back down. So we're going to take a nice breath in, and we're going to breathe out as we relax the shoulders away from the ears. So we're going to take a breath in, and we're going to gently breathe out. Good. Nice breath in, just roll those shoulders, and then see if we can really relax those shoulders. And then we're just going to wiggle those toes a little bit, but then we're going to stand really nice and tall. We're going to think about engaging these glutes, lifting this chest, lengthening this area between the base of the ribs and the top of the pelvis. And then we're going to drop the chin down towards the chest. We're going to lift the chin, and then we're going to do that again. So we're just gently, gently dropping that chin, feeling that little lengthening in the back of the neck, relaxing the shoulders, lifting that head. And then we're going to just gently look over the shoulder one way, come back to center. We're going to look over the shoulder the same way. So we're just going to look over the shoulder the same way. We're going to come back to center. And then we're going to look over that shoulder this way, come back to center. And we're going to do that again. Now, I promised you some neck stretches on Tuesday. Did I remember to do them? No. So I'm going to try and remember today. And we're just going to squeeze those shoulders up, and then we're going to relax them down. So let's just do those movements one more time. We're going to look over the shoulder, nice and easy, come back to center. We're going to drop the chin down to the chest. We're going to bring that head, relax those shoulders away from the ears, turn that head one way, and then we're going to bring it back to center. And then, my friends, let's take a little walk on the spot. So I'm sort of banging my feet, so can't be bothered. So I'm going to see if I can put a little bit of spring in my step. So I'm going to place the ball of the foot down. I'm going to roll through to the heel, and then I'm going to lift the knee. Okay, so lift that knee off the floor. Not too high, but just enough that we're clearing the floor and we can actually place that foot gently back down. All right. I feel an awakening coming. Slowly. Now let's take these feet hip width apart. Let's just soften the knees a little bit. Let's just tuck that bottom in. So if you had a tail, a long tail, it would just reach the heels rather than the balls of the feet. Now let's see if we can roll these shoulders and relax them down. Then just bring these arms across the chest, and we're going to keep the chin in line with these wrists, okay? So what's quite tempting is for us to do this. Move from here, and this bit doesn't do anything. So keep those hips. Imagine you've been buried in sand, okay, all the way up to the belly button, and you're desperately looking for someone to just buy you an ice cream. Oh. Now, come back to center. I don't know why, but I'm laughing at my own very poor jokes. So we're going to take these little toe taps, push that big toe down towards the floor. So while we're doing this, let's think about what happens in this trunk when we move the legs. So quite often we sort of let it do this. So we're going to think about really lengthening, drawing in that big belt-like muscle. So you can imagine that you're just drawing the hip bones together. You can imagine that you're maybe just doing up your belt a notch or two tighter. And then we're going to bring the feet in. So let's see if we can take some little taps out to the side. So nice and controlled. We're still activating those core muscles, those deep muscles in the trunk. All right, so we're keeping this nice long body as we take those gentle taps out to the side. And then we're going to bring the feet in, and we're just going to take a little squeeze of these bottom muscles behind us. So we're just squeezing. It's not a big distance, lengthening through this upper body, so we're not overarching that back. We're using these bottom muscles. We're going to do 2 more of these, and then we're going to bring it in, and we're going to walk it out again. So let's bring a little bit of arm movement in now, shall we? Starting to feel a little bit looser, I'm hoping. A little bit looser. Not quite there yet, though. Not quite at the end of the warm-up. So we're going to take the feet a little bit wider, and then we're going to bring them back in, and then we're going to settle them down again. We're going to take that little heel-toe action. So we're just going to really warm these ankles up. We don't have to overdo the movement. Hold on to something if you need it. And then we're going to change legs, little heel-toe tap. Good, little heel-toe tap. Brilliant. And then we're just going to bring it down. We're going to take that little ankle pedal now. So just make sure those knees bend over that sort of big or that second toe, that they're not going in or out. Getting a nice little ankle and calf warm up. And then we're going to bring those heels down, and we're just going to gently lift those knees. Not too high, just starting to warm these hips up here. Just starting to warm them up. Great stuff. Now bring it down. Let's see if we can take those taps behind us, maybe slightly bigger than we did before. So slightly greater range of movement. So I'm still keeping that nice strong core. I'm still drawing those hip bones together. And then I might see if I can bring in a little bicep curl. So it's nice and slow and controlled. And if you can, I'm making a fist at the top of the move, really opening those hands. Good. So we're really stimulating the flow through the arms, really getting that blood flow and really warming those muscles and joints up. Good. Now let's bring it in, walk it out. Let's see if we can draw some circles with this elbow. So we're keeping the feet moving. If walking on the spot doesn't suit, just choose any movement, but see if we can focus on this shoulder, and then we'll change sides. So we're just drawing some circles with this elbow, and if you can, making them gradually bigger. That's the way. Now let's see if we can do both arms together, and then we're going to take them forwards in the opposite direction. Good. Let's change direction. Really warm these shoulders up, and then bring it down. Good work, guys. Okay, we're going to take some little mini squats. Little mini squats. So remember, knees are in line with that big toe or second toe. We're dropping the tailbone almost behind your heels, as if you're about to sit down, and then you change your mind. I'm going to change my mind. And then I'm just going to take those little toe taps. Take those little toe taps. And I'm going to think about just bringing these arms out. And I'm going to bring those arms back down. Good. So nice and relaxed, not too high with those arms, just warming these shoulders up. And we're just going to take them a little bit higher each time. We're going to bring the feet in. We're just going to bend the knees, and then we're going to take a breath out. In, should I say. And we're going to take a breath out. So if you prefer to take the feet a bit wider, you can. and push that breath out. Good. So not overreaching with these circles. Pushing that breath out, breath in. And we're going to breathe out. Okay, shake it out, my friends. Shake it out. Let's see if we can just make some circles with this big toe, one way and the other way. Really warm the ankles up again. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Good stuff. And then we're not going to fall over like I almost did then. Fingers crossed. Let's see if we can just bend these knees. So we're taking that little hamstring curl, that heel kick, and we're just gradually lifting those feet off the floor, gradually increasing the range, but try not to sort of throw that back up and lift that chest, okay? 3, 2, 1. Now, let's see if we can take the knee lifts, see if we can add a chest press. Good, so we're just pushing those arms away from my body. 3, 2, and 1. Let's walk it out. So if you've got room, we're going to straighten those arms and we're going to see if we can just push one arm behind us, reach to shoulder height with the other arm. 3, 2, and 1. Then we're going to bend those elbows and we're going to go a little bit faster. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Tap it out, guys. Tap it out. So we're going to see if we can just increase that range on those taps behind us. Still keep that strong core. We're just stepping behind. Good. You can add that bicep curl if you like, or we can stay with those nice strong steps behind. 4 and 3 and 2. Now on this last one, let's leave that foot there. Let's press the heel of this back foot towards the floor. Then we're going to lift the heel, bring it in. Let's do the same on the other side. So nice strong step behind, chest lifted, getting a little bit of stretch in that calf muscle, and then coming back. Good stuff, everyone. Are we okay? Are we okay? Brilliant. Now we're going to take a punch. Yes, we're going to punch forwards. Okay, and then we're going to punch to the side. We're going to punch forwards, and we're going to punch to the other side. You've got it. Forwards. Now let's try down. Get a really nice bit of movement. 3, 2, 1, and just hold it there. Okay, we're going to see if we can just lengthen this arm, and we're just going to gradually take it to our full range. Okay, see if you can keep the feet moving. We're going to reach up, and then we're going to drop that hand behind you. Give yourself a little pat on the back, and we're going to release. So we'll do the same on the other side. Just gently reaching, a little bit further each time. Take as long as you like, and then when you take it there, just see if you can drop that hand, give yourself that little pat. It might be between the shoulder blades, it might be the back of the neck, it might be the back of the head, just wherever you feel. And then we're just going to let these arms swing. Okay, good work. So these little toe taps with these arm swings. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to leave that foot there. We're going to take the weight onto this thigh. We're going to lift the chest towards that straight leg. We're going to bring it up. We're going to move those feet. Let's do the same on the other side. So small step in front. Those hips and shoulders are square on. Just feeling that lengthening in the back of this straight leg. And then we're going to bring it up. We're going to bring in those hamstring curls. So we've lengthened the backs of the legs. We're looking to lengthen the fronts of the legs here in this movement. So we're also going to add that little pulse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, let's take some side steps. Good. As we do this, I want you to just open out this chest. Good. As if you've seen someone you really want to give a hug. It's got to be one of those virtual hugs. Those hugs that are a few feet apart at the moment. Okay, but we're all getting used to it, sort of. I almost terrified my friend yesterday by approaching her like that and sort of stopped 5 feet away like this. Good, we're going to do 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, bring those arms down, breathe in, breathe out. Bend those knees, keep those heels down, knees in line with that big toe. And we're just going to take one more. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Just lift that rib cage gently and bring those arms down. Okay, give them a little shake. So we're going to have a little break for you to have some water if you need some, or a comfort break. And we've got basically a minute and a half. We're going to start with some walking on the spot, just to give you a chance, if you've joined us a bit later, to warm up and just to get our heart rate back up. So while we're walking on the spot, you can have your comfort break, you can get the equipment if you need some equipment, you can clear some space, come back to that walking, and we've got about another minute now, and then we'll start. So I'm going to give you some music. I am going to start the stopwatch, which I thought had started, but obviously not. It's on now. So, minute of walking. So we're going to use this as an opportunity to bring our heart up to that sort of starting the main section bit. So, with the walking, remember in the warm-up, we did some stronger walking, nice relaxed shoulders, but we were swinging the arms. That might suit you better than lots of faster movements or smaller movements. So decide what you like to do. You've got 30 seconds. Now this circuit today, we've got 12 exercises. Yes, 12. We're going to have 10 seconds of walking between each one. If anything gets too much, come back to walking. If anything you think, oh, I don't know about that, just come back to walking. And while we're at it, if you're feeling unwell, this is not the time to be entering the main section. So if you've done the warm-up and you feel pain or you're feeling not right, it might be worth just slowing down and finishing there. You can enjoy watching me with a cup of tea. You don't have to do that. All right, everybody. We've got 10 seconds and we're going to go into knee lifts. 3, 2, 1. Now, we can also do the kick if you prefer. So, it can be a knee lift or it can be a kick. Good. Now, I'm going to start with no arms. Okay? So, this is what we can be doing if this is enough. Now, if you want to increase the challenge, we're going to give you a little bicep curl. Good. So, either with a kick or with a knee lift. Now, we can also challenge more by going faster, or we can just slow it down, use the arms and legs. So look at this breathing. We should be able to say a few words. It's the talk test. So look at your partner. How are you? If you're already, slow it down. Okay. If you're happy, blah, 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 you may need to work a little bit harder, okay? But listen to your joints, listen to your muscles. Okay, walk it out. It's our 10 seconds of walking. What do we got next? Oh, we're going to go straight into press-ups against the wall. So remember your position. Find that stretch of wall. Choose your foot position. A bit closer if in doubt. In and straighten through those arms. Now, while we're doing this, I want you to make sure you breathe out. Obviously, you've got to breathe in, but try not to hold your breath. So, I tend to breathe out in the hardest part of the move, but it doesn't really matter where you breathe as long as you breathe out. The other thing we're going to do, draw those shoulders away from the ears. So, slide those shoulder blades down the back towards the bottom, and we'll really be working the chest, shoulders, and the triceps. Good. Okay, are we ready? Hold it there, walk it out. Woo! Good little start for the upper body. Everyone okay? Great. All right, now, next exercise. We're going to go for those little side taps, half jacks. So tap and in. Good. Now, what I'd like to do is an upright row for 30 seconds and then change the upper arm bit. So either with the arms or without the arms. We can go a little bit faster if you like, or slow it down. Brilliant, guys. Okay, actually I'm going to stay with these arms, otherwise it gets confusing. Seemed like a good idea to change the movement. Remember, we can slow it down if it gets too much, take the arms out. You can change the arms yourself if you prefer. We're going to go 4, 3, 2, 1, walk it out. So you can use the walk as part of the aerobic work, or you can use it as a bit of recovery. Are we ready for the next one? Or you'll like this, we're going into squats. So I'm going to use the chair. If you want to do normal squats, that's fine. We are going to use the chair, and we're going to just feel for that chair on the back of the legs. We're going to sit down, and we're going to push up. Okay, when we've done 5 of these, I've got a little challenge for you. Stay with the slow ones if you think your knees won't like a challenge, okay? So we're just going to try it. We're going to do 5 a little bit faster. So 5, 4, keep those heels down, knees in line with that big toe. Last one, walk it up. So 5 a little bit faster. Stay with the steady ones if you're not sure. Good. 4, 3, squeeze that bottom. Don't lock out those knees. Walk it out. One more set if you can. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. You need to control this knee joint and walk it out. Woo. Ready to finish now? Okay, walk it out for that 10 seconds. Then we're going to bring, when you feel ready, marching a punch. So if you're still a little bit breathless from the squats, take the arms out, bring them in when you're ready. Now you can use your weights if you like. I prefer without. My elbow doesn't like it with weights. Good. Now, we can make this a little bit more aerobic if you prefer, or we can just stay with that march and a punch. You know what suits you best. Brilliant, guys. Keep it up. We can punch to the side, punch up, punch to the other side, punch down. We can pummel. Okay. And hold it there, walk it out. So remember, you can use this as a recovery walk, or you can really walk faster or bigger strides. Okay, we've got coming up something that we're going to work the upper body. So grab your resistance or no resistance. Now I'm going to gently keep the feet moving. We're going to take a lateral raise out to the side. We're going to take a forward raise in front. And then we're going to take that upright row. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Breathing out, breathing in, out, in, out, in. Good. Out, down, forwards, and down. Squeeze, down, out again. Forwards, squeeze, and out, down, forwards, down. Squeeze those elbows. Out, down, forwards, down, squeeze. So we're working shoulders, upper back, and biceps a little bit. Okay, walk it out, guys. Make sure you put your weights down safely. All right, those backward taps or backward lunge aerobically next. Are we ready? Good. You're doing a great job. So just pace yourself, keep those shoulders nice and relaxed, find the pace that works for you. So we could be finding this warm, a little bit challenging, so just slow it down. Good. So what we're looking to do here is to get warmer, a little bit, breath faster, but not to be gasping. Okay? And it's going to do you the power of good. Brilliant. Movement is so good, but it's just finding the right movement and the right intensity for you. Okay, we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got that 10 seconds walking. How are we doing? Good. I think you're doing amazingly. So let's have a look at what's next now. Bit more leg strength. We've got 3 different levels. So remember how many 3 fingers are. So our first level, we're going to stand close to something like a wall that you can hold on to. I've realised it's slightly different when I practice. We're going to take 1 foot away from the floor and we're just going to do a one-legged balance. I'm too far from the wall for this, but I want you to be able to see my leg. Now, if we can go a little bit further, we're going to take a little knee bend, then straighten. So I'm going to come a little bit here for this one. She says, little knee bend and straighten. So we're working the thigh muscles and the glutes. Make sure the heel of this foot stays on the floor. Now, if you want to work a little bit harder, we're going to take a little step behind. Bend that behind me a little bit. We don't have to put the heel down. So it's a half backward lunge. Make sure this knee doesn't go over the front toe. And then we're going to change legs. So let's start, okay, standing on one leg. So it may be a case of we're just balancing if the knees don't like it. If you can, we're going to take that little bend. Keep that bottom in if you can. Or tail in rather than bottom in. We're sinking down into the heel, straightening through that leg without locking out the knee. And if we want to make it harder, we're just taking a little step backwards, squeezing. Good. Now just walk at any time if it gets too much. Brilliant. Okay, just going to do 2 more here. So we could still just be here. We could be here. And bring it back up, guys. So it's like a mini lunge with support. All right, brilliant for the thigh muscles, brilliant to support the knee. Okay, what's next? Side steps. Are we ready? Step together. Okay, so what arm should we do with this? Should we do that lateral raise? Good. All right, shall we do a push and a pull? Now I'm going to speed it up. 3, 2, 1. So find the pace that works for you. You can take these arms out. You can make it a double, but make sure if you're doing this with someone else, they expect the double. Don't cannon into each other. Good. So we're stepping with the outside of the foot. That chest is lifted. Fantastic, guys. All right, 5 seconds to go with this one. We've got another some strength and endurance exercise. Slow it down. Okay, walk it out. So you may want one of your light weights. You may want to try it without a weight, or I have got a cushion here ready. And I'm just going to hold. Now, we're going to just steady those feet and just tuck that bottom under. Draw that lower abdominals in. So tighten that belt. We're going to hold that cushion quite close. And we're simply going to gently twist. So it's like the warm-up, but we've got something. If you've got a little weight, it's a Russian twist. So imagine headlights on these hip bones, shining on the wall in front. And as you twist, okay, those headlights stay facing forwards. So thank you, cushion. I'm going to hold my weight quite close. We don't want to hold it away because it can affect the spine. So we're just going to, nice and easy does it. You can have 2 weights if you prefer. And we're going to walk it out. Good. So we're just really working these obliques here, those deep core muscles. And into little heel kicks. Okay. So we can make this into taps if the knees don't like the heel kicks. But try and think about not overextending your range of movement. Good. Now let's see if we can add a row. Squeezing those elbows together, drawing those shoulder blades down the back. Great stuff, guys. Okay. So drawing those elbows behind you. Good. So nice long chest. You've got this. 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Good. Remember. We've only got one exercise left, so you'll need some support for this. And again, I'm going to just hold on here so you can see me. I like to stand quite close to the wall. We're going to balance on one leg, side leg lifts, leg lifts. Good. We're going to do 8 on each leg roughly. Brilliant. Really push that heel down into the floor of the supporting leg. See if you can hold that really nice strong core. So again, you'll have to draw these lower abdominals away from the t-shirt. All right, we're going to do one more on this leg, and then we're going to change sides. So I'm going to change my position. So out and in, just making sure you've got the light. Good. So keep drawing in, keep lifting that chest. Now you can take them a little bit faster if you prefer, but it must be controlled. Controlled on the way down and on the way up. Good. Walk it out, guys. Well, it's break time. I'm going to give you a minute. Have some water, have a little toilet stop. Don't worry if you're laid back. If you're just staying there, keep dancing, keep your feet moving. Have some water though. It's going to be unusually hot today, so keep drinking. I think the key is don't waste it. Don't wait, they say, till you feel thirsty. So keep drinking. Little and often. Okay, you've got 20 seconds till we go again. We're starting with that knee lift or the kick. Up to you which. A lot of it will depend on how the hips are feeling. I'm sure you're all like tip-top athletes this morning though. I can feel it in my bones. Are you ready? Knee lift. Good. Now last time we did a bicep curl, so you can do that, or we're going to really draw those hip bones together, and we're going to see if we can take that opposite hand, opposite knee, and there's that little bit of rotation. So it's a little bit like the Russian twist movement. Great. Nice and steady. Keep that long back. You can go faster, you can go slower, you can take the arms out, you can have the bicep curls. Ooh, the choices are endless. Good. We might change to that kick. Particularly if you're sort of quite stiff in the hamstrings. What's the word? Unflexible. This is a really nice exercise. Just to bring in a little bit of flexibility on the move. Good. Okay, we're ready. We're going to walk it out. Let's walk it out. So remember, you can really walk and keep that heart rate high. You can recover a little bit. Okay, onto the press ups. So shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Avoid doing it against the door if you can. It's not safe because anyone could come through. So we're going to use a nice strong wall. Keep that chin drawn to the back of the neck. Fingertips facing upwards. Fingertips facing upwards. We don't want those hands here. If your wrists don't like it, you can always put your knuckles against the wall like that and sort of do that movement because we want to just protect the wrists again. Good. Push away. Now, I promise you, I'm watching you, but I did do some on the beach this morning with the dog barking at me, making me throw sticks for him. Okay. Are you ready? Hold it there. Walk it out. All right. Cooking on gas. Roll those shoulders a bit if you need to, because we've got the tap to the side. What do you call it? Half jack. Okay, now I'm going to change the arms this time. So we're going to do that opening of the chest. So we've been working the chest muscles. Good. Now if this doesn't suit, go back to the upright row or use the arms you prefer. Now I'm going to go a little bit faster. Good. So keep those shoulders drawn away from the ears, and we're stretching out the chest muscles as well as giving those upper back muscles a little bit of a workout. And of course the leg muscles. Good. All right, guys. We've got 10, 9, 1. Walk it out. How is that? Okay, so it's that squat movement again. Now this deceived me last time. So you can either start seated or feel for the chair on the back of the legs. I'm going to go straight into the 5 quick, but you can just go nice and steady, okay? So if you're doing it with me, we're going to go 5, 4, as quick as you can. Doesn't matter if you don't go all the way down. Walk it out, okay? Woo. And again, make sure you can feel that chair on the back of the legs. Good. Nice and controlled though. Make sure those knees are in control. We're not losing technique because we're going a little bit faster. If you feel you are, make the range a little bit smaller. I'm going to do a smaller range. And that's 5. Walk it out. 1 more set. Have you got it? Okay, let's do it. Brilliant, guys. Walk it out. So we're injecting some power, some speed as well as strength. Really useful for everyday activities. So, are we ready? Punching and walking. Or we can take that little knee bend. Whatever you like, as long as there's a punching move where you're moving these arms, we can move forwards. Good, you can walk and punch, whatever you like. Let's just punch. Get that tension out. Cross with anyone or anything. Now, let's get it out in these punches, but control it, pull it back. Brilliant, guys. Yes. Have you been left to hoover for the 8th week running? Me too. Punch it out. And go. All right, cooking on gas. So, what have we got next? We've got that work for the shoulders and the upper back. So, lateral raise, out to the side. Forward raise, forwards, no higher than the shoulders. Then keeping that chest lifted, squeeze. We take it a little bit faster. Control the way down. Keep those feet moving if you can. Good. For some of you, it's not absolutely necessary to keep the feet moving, but for so many of the people we work with, it's a really good idea. So that's why we keep the light weights. They're not heavy weights, just nice and light, and we're working on repetition rather than just small reps and big weight. Good. Okay, 1 more set. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Now, make sure that back's nice and straight when we put the weights down. What have we got next? Walking and then backward lunge. So, tap and we can add those arms. So I'm just starting slowly. You can speed it up whenever you like. But this is just to show you that the same movement doesn't have to be exhausting. Good. Nice and light on the feet. Nice strong chest. The arm movement can be smaller. Keep this nice strong back and trunk. Don't just throw that back out. Good. So this is this aerobic work, just getting that blood and oxygen pumping around the body, fueling those working muscles. Great stuff. 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is when we need a little bit of support. I'm going to use the chair. We're either going to stand on one leg or we're going to build in a little bit of extra strength. So we're going to challenge your balance, but you have got something to hold on to. If you feel comfortable, we're just going to take a little knee bend, straighten without locking out that knee. So the knee is bending in line with that second toe. Good. If you feel okay, then we might take a little step back and push up. So if the work is in this thigh here, push into this heel. Good, the heel that you're balancing on. Push into the heel, keep that knee in line with that big toe. Let's change sides, Walk in between, we're spending a little bit longer on this one. So we're going to practice balancing on one leg. And if we're comfortable, we're going to start bouncing on one leg, but we're also bringing that knee bend, so we need that support. Good. And if you want to work those thighs a little bit further, and you think the knee will be all right, just a half backward lunge. Notice that this knee is not pushing over that big toe. The heel stays down. Good. Let's do 2 more on this leg, guys. Whatever level you choose. And walk it out. Good. That was brilliant. Okay. Side steps coming up. Are we ready? Now, what arm should we do this time? I want to do the window washer. Okay. So, drawing that tummy button away from the t-shirt. We can make this as big or as little as your shoulders like, okay? You can actually step with the outside of that foot. You can make it faster. I think I feel a bit dizzy doing it fast. I'm going to slow it down and concentrate on some quality movements. Brilliant. I'm going to just take my arms out while I get my breath back. Okay. Here comes Sam. I'm going to have to watch myself. All right, here he comes. I'm sort of blocking his leg. Smaller steps around the dog. 3, 2, 1. We're going to walk it out. So while you're walking it out, I'm going to let him out. He can hear movement in the rest of the house. I'm afraid he's no longer interested in what we're doing. All right, so that twist. So we used the cushion last time. I'm just going to show you from this angle. We're just going to gently soften the knees, tuck that bottom under, and we're going to take this little twist. Now, if you wanted to make this a little bit more challenging, we can slide this foot backwards. Just turn this foot out slightly. So the back foot is outward turn. And we're going to take it. Now this time the hips are going to be allowed to go, but we need to keep the knees bent in line with that second toe. So we're just adding, it's almost like a mini wood chop, but we're not. So we're keeping those knees nice and comfortable. And then we're going to bring it back. We'll slide this foot back, turn this foot out, and then we're just keeping those knees in line with that second toe. Good. Keep drawing that tummy button towards the spine, away from that t-shirt. So this is just a progression, or we can stay with this. Okay? All right, walk it out, guys. Walk it out. That was great. So, hamstring curl. We okay there? We have got literally 2 more exercises to do, and we have done. So draw those shoulders away from the ears, and we're just going to concentrate on that nice repetitive movement. Listening to your breathing. You're almost there, guys. Brilliant work. We have got about 20 seconds left on this. Good. How are we doing? Hooray! Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, make sure you got something to hold on to. Just walk it out. So I'm keeping my feet moving as I make the worst noise ever. Now you can't see my legs, so I'm going to put my chair here, and we're going to soften those knees. We're going to practice those leg lifts. Good. Now you may find, like we did before, that you can go a little bit faster, but control that leg down. Good. Squeeze. Try not to lean that way to increase the range. 3, 2, 1. And then we'll do the other side. So we're going to start nice and slow. Get that technique right. So the knee and the big toe facing forwards. Good. You go a little bit faster, but stay slow if you need to. Good work, guys. The nice thing about going a little bit faster is we tend not to try and lean in because we haven't got time. All right, we've got 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. We got a minute of fast walking. We got a minute of big walking. We've got a minute then of slower walking. So, if you want to do a few chest presses, you can, but we're just going to finish off with some real action. Okay, how are we feeling? Good. Okay, let's slow it down. Slow it down, my friends. Breathe out. Done a great job. I'm regretting the long sleeve top now. Okay, very much regretting the long sleeve top. 8th shower of the day coming up. Okay, so we're going to slow it down. Slow it down. Take a roll of those shoulders, and then we're just going to see if we can take those nice big elbow circles. We've done a bit of everything today. Really nice. I was looking at what we were doing, and I think I might have got a bit carried away in some of the sessions, maybe a bit overactive. I don't know. You can tell me. You be the best judge. So we're just going to make some elbow circles, and then we're just going to push out, and we're just going to gently draw those shoulder blades together. So just toned it down. We added a bit more strength today. Everything we do, although you may think, what is this movement? Very functional. It's all designed to just maintain your ability to live well, good quality of life. So it's maintaining your ability to reach, to bend down, okay, to go up and down stairs, in and out of cars, go up hills, do the coastal path, all those sorts of things. So what we're going to do is just gradually bring your heart rate down. So we're still moving those feet. While we're doing that, I'm going to get us to make a fist. So I'll just show you. And then we're just going to open out those fingers. So we're going to make a fist. And we're going to open out those fingers. Now we're just going to gently, gently walk on the spot. And we're going to push away. And we're going to stretch through the palms of the hands, through to the fingers. And then we're going to bring it in into that fist. So I'm going to show you from this angle. We're going to push, really stretch through to those fingertips, bring it in. Good. Squeeze. Just watch out if you've got longer fingernails. Stretch. We're going to squeeze, and then we're going to shake it out. Shake it out. Now, let's see if we can take those little taps behind us. Okay. Take those little taps behind us. Nice and slow and controlled. Nice and slow and controlled. Good. Nice and slow and controlled. And then we're going to leave that one foot behind you. We're going to just take the weight into that front foot. And we're going to feel that stretch through the calf. So back heel, pushing it gently down towards the floor. There's a long back with a slight lean forward. So we've got shoulder, hip, heel in line. And then we're going to change sides. So while we're stretching, it's quite tempting to hold your breath. And then when we say finish, so try and breathe out now. Imagine breathing down into that stretch, into that muscle that's stretching. And then bring it in and up. And that breath out will really help with the stretch, if that makes sense. Now we're just going to take a nice big circle with these arms. You can bend the elbows if you haven't quite got the range. But we're just going to breathe in. And we're going to breathe out. Good. We're going to breathe in. And we're going to reach up. So I'm going to stand back a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Hopefully, I can barely see myself now. Reaching up, breathing out. And then we're just going to breathe in. Take a roll of those shoulders. And then we're going to steady the feet. We're going to walk this hand over the shoulder. So while we're doing this, let's just draw those lower abdominals away from the t-shirt. Lengthen through that spine. And we're going to gently support that stretch of the shoulders and the tricep. Now we're going to breathe in, relax this arm. We're going to gently breathe out, lift that rib cage out of the hips. Breathe in, breathe out. And we're just going to take a little roll of those shoulders. Good. So let's do the same on this side. Good. So those of you that may have missed my ramblings at the start of the session, this is the last Thursday morning live session for, I think we've got 3 weeks where I'm away. So watch out for my return email because it'll give you an idea when the next live sessions are. But what I have done is pre-recorded some live sessions for Friday. So if you come onto the YouTube channel, I will be sending you the links, but if you want to come onto the YouTube channel just before 9:30 on a Friday, you'll see they're ready to air. So we're just going to open out this chest, bring these arms in, move those feet again, and then we're going to bring those arms down. And let's take a nice wide stance here. Nice long spine. We're going to turn one foot away from center, and we're going to bend that knee in line with that big toe. We're going to stretch down that inner thigh. Now, if you want to increase the stretch, you can either make your stance bigger, okay, or we can just take that gentle side bend, feel that stretch in the inner thigh. We're going to come up, and then we're just going to walk those feet in, walk those feet out again, and do the same on the other side. So this foot is at 12 o'clock. This foot is away from center, but that knee's going to bend in line with that toe. Good. So we're feeling that really nice stretch there. Great stuff, guys. Okay, we're going to bring it in, walk those feet in, take a little pedal. So we're just going to push up with this arm, and we're just going to reach up with this arm, and then we're going to see if we can bring the heels down, just bend the knee slightly, and then see if we can almost tuck that bottom under, a little tilt to the pelvis. We're going to drop the chin gently towards the chest as we bring the hands in front of the chest, and then gently push the backs of the hands away from center. So this is a nice little stretch for the upper and lower back. And then we're going to reach up, and we're going to bring those hands around the base of the spine. We're going to lift the chest and gently ease those elbows together. So now we're stretching out the chest. Good. Breathing out. Breathing out. Keep that chin parallel to the floor. And then we're going to shake it out. Shake those arms out. Shake those legs out. Good. So let's do the back of the thighs. I'd like to do this seated today, so I'm going to use my chair, but if you want to do it standing, be my guest. We're just going to take 1 foot forwards. I'm going to draw my toe up to the ceiling, sit or stand nice and tall, and we're hinging at the hips. Now we're going to hold this for a count of about 10. We're going to come out and then back in on the same leg. Good. So I'm going to gently come out, breathe in, and then hinging at the hips, pushing my bottom backwards, bringing my chest. But I'm long spine, straight back, but I'm bringing my chest towards the straight leg. Breathing out. And then we're going to come all the way back up. Just walk those feet out a little bit. Let's do the same on the other side. So I love doing this seated. I can really feel the right stretch without worrying about the legs supporting me or balance. Okay, so we're going to breathe in, coming up, and then we're going to breathe out. We're going to come back down, and you might find you can go a little bit further the second time. So if you're doing this yourself, you can do it as many times as you like. Okay, they sort of recommend between 2 and 4 times to 10 seconds or 10 to 30 seconds. All right, but I think most of us are realistic. Quite a long time to fit into the day with all the muscle groups to stretch. Okay, let's see if we can finish up with, we're going to start with our nice little hip flexor stretch. So we've got something for support. We're going to take this foot behind us. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bend this knee slightly, lift my chest. I'm going to get a really nice stretch here. I'm going to breathe out, looking straight ahead, shoulders drawn away from the ears. Slide it back when you feel ready, and we'll do the same on the other side. So just as far as you feel comfortable, try and make sure those hips are nice and open. I'll show you what I mean here, because sometimes we sort of do this. So keep those hips, shoulders, trunk open, and you may find it's a slightly different sort of stretch, still very stretchy, And then we'll bring it in. Good work, guys. Okay. Breath in, breath out. Let's finish with that front of the thigh stretch. So we're either just going to bend the knee, bring that heel towards the bottom, or we can hold on with the back of the trainer or a sock. We're going to gently release, and we'll do the same on the other side. Good. And if you've got good balance, by all means, do this standing up. But I know that I tend to be focusing on the balance more than the stretch when I do that. So just saying it's okay to hold on as well. Let's settle. So we're going to finish the session. We're going to feel the feet on the floor. We're going to take a breath in, and we're going to take a breath out. And then you're going to think about opening those arms a little bit more. And one more time. Breath in, breath out. So I did promise you some little stretches for the head and neck. I've just remembered. So if you need to finish now, please, don't feel bad about going. But if you want to just do a little stretch for this part, we're going to gently, gently look towards this shoulder. Now, this is all to be done gently. We're going to look towards this shoulder. And then we're going to take the same hand, gently place it on top of the head, and just gently, gently draw your head so that you're looking towards the hip. And relax. Breathe out. And then gently, gently release. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So it's a slow movement. It's as if you're just looking at that shoulder, just noticing anything different about it. And then we're going to gently, gently take that view down. Look towards that hip. That hand just gently, gently drawing, assisting, not pulling. And then we're going to release. And then we'll give those shoulders a little stretch, hands a little shake. Brilliant work, guys. That was fantastic. So if you've got any questions about what's going to happen over the next couple of weeks, just email me. I'll be on my email all weekend as well as tomorrow and today because of various things. So give me a shout, but I should make it fairly clear what will be available and how you access it. So enjoy the beautiful sunshine that's coming today. Don't forget to wear sunscreen, and don't forget to wear a hat and have a drink. Lecture over. Bye.